Jamie from the Progressive ads. Max overheard me saying, when I was a teenager, I wanted to be like the next Mick Jagger. And then I wanted to like get a big game show or something like that, or a talk show on TV. Right now, my fantasy, I think I could replace Jamie. I think that's my gig. I should have
Know
had
your strengths,
that
baby.
gig.
Know your strengths. That's what I'm
Well,
saying.
I'm not a great big guy. I can act. Ever see the one with Jamie where they're in some sort of an RV park and he's over where the plastic dog bags are and he's going, "Look, free bags." I could so do that.
You could. You would have been great as Jamie with Progressive,
Thank
Bob.
you.
I'm sorry life didn't serve that up to you. Now, I've never heard a man say that he wishes he could be Jamie in Progressive commercials, but you would have been
You got a
good.
point there. You got a point. But like Lamar said, you have to know. I mean, you just have to know.
Yeah.
Are they going to cast me in Fight Club? I don't think so.
That's why my podcast is not called Lamar the Science Guy. Okay, I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
It's not
It's
happening.
talking Lamar.
It's not happening.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Do you know
That's
what,
a
Bob?
great gig. Do you know how much money he's making? And you know what? I think he's starting to take over Flo's position as
He used to
number
be a
one.
very small part of those ads, but he is
Yeah.
coming to the front, Bob. He's coming to the front.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
a lot of people feel like you do that he's an aspirational character. Because you look at him and go, that guy can, But listen,
I could do
Bob,
that.
you chose to be a family man, and you chose to keep your kids stable. You could have gone to Los Angeles and ended up hosting Dancing with the Stars or being Jamie from Progressive or being the goofy neighbor on a sitcom. You could have had that.
I think I'd rather be Jamie than hosting Dancing with the Stars. There's a lot of pressure with Dancing with the Stars, but the Jamie thing, you're standing in front of a set and there's the Barbie set behind you. I wish I could tell you her boyfriend's name, but I can't. I mean, I could do that. I could, and then you're done, and you got those residuals. I mean, didn't we figure out that Flo is worth, I don't know, millions of dollars now? Jamie's catching up.
Flo never has to work again, ever.
No.
You could have made that happen. And I agree. I think it's more lucrative and better to be Jamie from Progressive than the host of Dancing with the Stars. I think you could have had both.
You know, another gig, that guy Jared with Subway, who's in prison now because he's a pig. If they gave me that job, I'd go around to how many times have we done personal appearances at some horrible strip mall? And I just
you don't have a before picture. You don't have a before picture like he had. He had a before picture.
Oh yeah, that's right, Jared. You mean?
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah,
Jared
you forget.
Had a before picture.
You forget how Jared came to fame. It was. He came to fame because he lost weight eating Subway, and then he came to infamy because he's a revolting child predator.
He didn't get it because he was a deviant. He lost it because he was a deviant. That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Well,
you could have had that though.
Yeah, if it wasn't the weight thing, but I could have said, I'm in pretty good shape, and I eat Subway 5 times a week. And let me cut the ribbon for the new opening of the Subway in Akron, Ohio. Isn't it great to be here? I could have so done that stuff. Yeah.
But I know you. Here's what I know about you. You could have been Jamie from Progressive, and you'd be sitting in your backyard pool somewhere, in some cozy suburb of Los Angeles with your millions, and you'd be bitter because you weren't considered a serious actor.
No, I would not feel that way. I would not feel that way. I would say to myself, can you believe the hustle? I do that with what we do here.
The Bob and Sheri website, the Oddcast, contest info, bobandsheri.com.
So we're sitting here during the break chatting amongst ourselves, and we had just featured Mike Birbiglia and Everyone Needs a Laugh, telling about how he was dating a girl that had another boyfriend. And he spent the evening with his girlfriend and her other boyfriend. And then they went to their boyfriend's house and he met the boyfriend's parents. And, we go to the break and Max is like, it's so funny, but, He just didn't have enough self-esteem to take himself out of the situation. And then Max told us a story about this date he went on with a person who later turned out to be not a good person.
No.
So tell what happened and what you think it meant to her.
So we went to an Italian restaurant, and she ordered something, I ordered something, and I can't remember exactly what it was. It might have been that I ordered veal parmesan and they gave me chicken parmesan or something like that. Anyhow, she knew it was the wrong order. I knew it was the wrong order. But because it was a first date, I didn't want to make a scene. I didn't want to cause any ruffles. I didn't want to cause any, you sit there and you eat while I'll sit here and patiently wait for them to remake my dinner. And so I just sat there and ate it. But what I signaled to her was, I can be treated poorly and I'll put up with it. And I believe.
And she ran with that.
And I believe she ran with that. Yeah, I do think that she ran with that. I mean, you know what happened in the situation. And so I do believe that that is exactly what happened in that situation.
She probably paid the chef. She paid the chef to screw it up just to see.
Yeah.
Well, that's a level of Lifetime movie darkness I didn't even go to, but
I
I
can
like
assure
the way
in
you
her head-
think.
In her head, the sound was cha-ching. That was what that was.
Yeah, that was sort of the beginning of a really, really unbelievable situation. And Sheri said, "Do you think she'd mind if you talked about it?" And I went, "I really don't care."
Well,
Because I'm not naming names, but you know.
Right.
It got me to thinking that a lot of us, if you look back and you're willing to, because it is excruciating to rip the Band-Aid off and see how you were the architect of some things, right?
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of us, if you look back on the beginning of a relationship that ended up going badly, you can see the red flag right there. So I go out, I'm on like a second date with this guy. This is a long time ago before I had kids. Second date with this guy. And we're talking. I don't even know what we're talking about. And he said, "You know, I'm really glad that I got your number and called you. Because I had a feeling about you." And this is like what was your feeling? He said, "I could just tell that no matter what you were showing the world, that you were a lonely person who was looking for something. And can I tell you, I have never been a lonely person who's looking for something. And you know that.
Yeah.
You guys know me,
Yes.
right? I'm a lot of
Yeah.
things, but I'm not that. And I didn't want to be difficult or confrontational or argumentative. So I didn't agree with it, but I didn't push back on it either. And I think that was the mistake. I think that was the beginning of the love bombing fishing trip that ended up being a nightmare for me. But I should have went right then and there. Today I would be like, you know what? I think you got that one a little bit wrong, because
He was
that just
projecting.
isn't. That just isn't how I feel or who I am at all.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, like Max, you're in that situation and you run the script through your head and you're like, you know what? I'm just not going to say anything because there's a possibility it could get really weird really fast.
Yeah.
So silence is going to be the better choice here. But a lot of times it isn't. And so I've tried to teach my daughters, if you're feeling queasy inside, don't go with the polite response. That
Nope.
queasy is your reptile amygdala brain going, girl, get out of here now. I mean, haven't
It's
you
harder
been
for
there,
women,
Bob
I
and Lamar?
think.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
it's-
no doubt. I mean, go with what your gut. I've told you the story. Kaylee was traveling around Europe by herself, completely by herself, and she's in Germany and she's hunting the hostel and she can't find it. She starts down this street and she gets about halfway down. It's a dark street, and she said, back of my head started to itch, and she said, I just had that feeling. She said, I turned around, went back up to a corner, found a phone, called a cab. Cab took me to the place, and I said, exactly, that's the move. As soon as you feel it, don't question it. Don't just go, follow your gut. Follow your gut, because we do have that lizard brain that wants us to survive. Don't know that anything would have happened down that dark place, but when you feel that, don't just keep going. Turn around and leave. You got to
And
go.
when you feel that in a personal situation, whether it's
Yes.
at work or on a date, or you're walking through the park and somebody stops you and you're getting that and strikes up a conversation, you're getting that feeling. Don't worry about being rude. Don't worry about seeming gruff or strange. Just get the heck out of there.
It's Bob and Sheri.
I think this is going to be some super good news, Bob, for you and Lamar both. So there's a 24-year-old Gen Z stylist. Her name is Samara Gabrielle. She's beautiful and fabulous and incredibly stylish. And this is what she does for a living. She helps people, create their look, right? And she
Mhm.
has some ideas for what people of every generation, especially men, should add to their wardrobes immediately. Okay, are
Mhm.
you ready?
Let me
So
get my
let's
pen.
talk. Let Let's talk about jorts. Let's talk.
Let me put my pen down. Don't need it.
I'm doing well.
Don't need it. Don't need it.
Jorts are a thing that not everybody can pull off. I don't care how old you are. Let me rephrase that. Not everybody under 18. I mean, everybody under 18 can pull off jorts. Once you graduate high school, I think that God handpicks the jorts army, the people that can do it and look cool and kind of stylish. And have you noticed that that's a small percentage of us that can get away with jorts?
It's very small. Now, I want to make sure that I understand what jorts are. They are pants that are cut off just below the knee, right?
They're jean shorts. Jean shorts.
Oh, no, I was
Jorts.
thinking of another product. That's right. I know what those are, and the reason
20
I was
years
confused,
ago,
I was
it was a
confused
fashion.
because just I saw one picture of them, and I said, "That is not for me. It will never be for me. It should be for no man."
Max can pull off jorts, I think. Max?
No,
No? You
no.
know who can pull it off? You know who the 1%
I
Doc?
know. Yep.
Jethro.
Doc. No,
uh-uh.
Doc can pull it off.
Doc could make jorts
Yeah,
work.
that's
Oh,
probably
yeah.
true.
He could.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
think he
true.
would ever try. I feel like jorts are beneath his style radar, but I feel like
Mhm.
you could pull it off, Doc, if you had to wear jorts.
Maybe. So actually, I played many years ago. Played in a softball league where it was a men's league, and one of the teams, their team name was Jorts, and they all wore jorts.
Respect.
That's pretty good.
I like
That's
it.
pretty good.
I like it.
All right, here's the next thing. Now, Bob, this might appeal to you because while your baseline look is preppy, you do have a little bit of a taste for a costume. You know how you love the Mounties uniform, even though you're not going to
Yeah.
wear one out to dinner. You
Yeah,
like your bright
'cause I'm
red
not a Mountie.
pants. Yeah,
Yeah.
you like your bright red pants, your bright yellow pants that mysteriously disappeared, and Mary claims to have no idea what could have happened to them.
Right.
Printed pants, splashy printed patterned pants for
No,
men.
not for me.
Discuss. Lamar.
Not for.
No.
You go first, Lamar.
No, I'm not doing it. I'm not.
Bob?
Shorts. I had a pair of martini shorts that had little martini glasses on them.
I have a
Pink.
pair of those.
Yeah.
Are you kidding? Mary
Yeah.
gave me those for my birthday last year.
There you go.
Yeah.
She saw me with them on. Is what it was. But yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Hey,
I have
Hey.
a pair of Bermuda shorts that have little lobsters on them.
Yeah.
But
these are
beyond
long
that,
pants.
no. I can't do it for a variety of reasons. And one of them is I'm not tall. And so I don't need anything that, breaks up my line.
You,
I
you
just.
know who can and does pull this look off? Say it with me, Max. That'd be Doc.
Cock.
I've seen
okay.
Doc in
Can-
some patterned pants.
Let's just say what Doc can't put on that won't look cool.
I can't really think of anything.
That's what I'm
Like-
saying. You can't dress him and he don't look. I mean, I'm sorry. He's got that hip.
Doc,
deal
is there
going
anything
on.
you feel like you can't wear?
Well, I feel like I don't wear anything well. I'm very baffled by all of these compliments you guys are giving me.
A lot
You're
of it is he's
lanky
tall
and
yes,
angular?
he's lanky.
Yeah.
He's very thin and he's tall. And so that alone, I mean, that's why all the models look like that. Clothes just drape well on them.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing with Doc is not only can he wear the pattern pants because he is lanky and tall, but he can layer in a way that on Doc looks intentional and stylish, and on the rest of us looks like we didn't know what temperature it was, so we just wore one of everything.
And we got dressed in the dark. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, here's another one. Dad sneakers. Bob, you've got those Hokas, so I feel like you're way out in front on the dad sneakers.
I'm going to fight you a little bit on that. I'm careful. I'm careful with what I wear. I don't wear any hard shoes anymore because I don't have to. I mean, I live at the beach, and I don't go to a studio. I don't have any business meetings anymore. But and I've got some cool blue suede sneakers that are not Hokas. But I found Hokas, and by the way, in the New York Times about a month ago, they said Hokas are the new hip shoe for both men and women. It's the
What
most
did I
comfortable
just
thing.
say?
Most
What did I
comfortable
just
thing I've ever
say?
had.
Oh yeah.
They're
No.
fantastic.
She said you're out ahead of the game because you got the
Oh.
Hokas on.
You've already got them.
Oh,